so today's video is going to be my foundation routine, an updated one. So recently I have switched out a lot of my products and I've talked about them all, but I haven't exactly shown you guys my full foundation routine. So I'm going to run you through the foundation, the concealers that I use, my contouring routine right now, and all that stuff. So I'm going to get right into it, and yeah, when you guys see me, I will have on like no makeup, so get ready for that. And don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more videos, and make sure to leave video requests down below. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So I start by taking a little bit of the Smashbox Photo Finish More Than Primer. It's the dark spot correcting formula. I just take a little bit like that, and then I apply it right to my T-zone. That's where I'm going to concentrate it, because that's where I notice that my foundation moves. And I run whatever extra along my jawline, because that's where you notice that it kind of breaks up a little bit. Once that has set, the next thing that I focus on are my under eye circles. So I like to take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and Brightener or Illuminator. And I just apply a little bit of that underneath my eyes. Just like that. And then I use my finger to blend this in. You guys can use a beauty blender or some kind of brush if you want to, but I just take my ring finger and I just blend this in like that. And you don't have to be perfect, because it's the first thing that you're putting on, so it's not like it's going to be the only thing that everyone sees. Then I follow up with my foundation. So recently I've been using the Dior Skin Nude Foundation and the Real Techniques. This is the Expert Face Brush, and I'm in the shade 21 for the foundation. So I just shake this and then do 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and then I take the brush and I start from the center on one side and just work the foundation in. And you guys can see that it's not a full coverage foundation, but it's definitely a lot more even on this side already than the other side. And I love this brush because it just blends everything in so seamlessly. And the foundation is the perfect color match for me. It's a little more yellow than my natural like complexion on my face, but if you look at my neck, this side matches a lot more than this side, which is a lot paler than the rest of my body. Then just take the rest and work it onto the other side. Now, since my face is all even and the complexion is even to my neck, I'm going to go in with my concealer. So I like the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the shade Medium Custard. What I use this concealer for is any kind of blemishes or spots that I have on my face, and anything that needs just a little bit of extra coverage. So I just take the doe foot applicator, and right now I have a ton of breakouts on my forehead. So I'm just going to apply a little bit where that needs it. And around my nose, because I have some darkness there. And then right on my jaw too. So I look pretty crazy right now with a bunch of spots. The way that I blend out this concealer is I take the Sigma Precision Round Brush, or P82, and I just blend this in. And I find that using a brush feels a little more sanitary to me. And this concealer is very creamy, so it doesn't like clump up like other concealers would if you try to use a brush. Also, the brush kind of, if you're covering up a blemish, if you've ever noticed, if you use your finger, it kind of like can sometimes leave some of the concealer like bunched up around the blemish, which doesn't look that great if you're trying to hide it and not call attention to it. So using a brush really helps. So yeah, now everything is kind of covered up with the concealer. And the last kind of coverage thing that I do is I just go back in underneath my eyes with the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer in Radiant. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of this underneath my eyes right here in a kind of triangular shape. And this has a nice salmon color, so it really highlights. And then I'm also going to bring it into my like tear duct area. To blend that out, again, you could use your fingers, but I like to take the Expert Face Brush from before that I used with my foundation and just lightly buff that out. And I find that that makes it a little more even to my skin tone because I did use a more salmon-y tone to brighten. And if I do it with my finger, it takes a lot longer to blend it out, but it also doesn't match my foundation as much. Now that my foundation is all on and I'm done with my concealer and everything like that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows because if you use liquid foundation, you'll notice that your brows kind of get lost in everything and the color's a little off and things like that. So I like to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil in dark brown. And I'm just gonna take the pencil side, and sorry if you guys can see my mirror. I'm just going to fill in starting from the base, and I like to do really small strokes and just start at the bottom and like towards the center, and then just kind of work it out. And as I get further out, I start to use like slightly longer strokes, and then when I get to the end, I just kind of do whatever point I want it to end at, and then I just kind of fill in going up. And I find my arch, and then I bring it down. So yeah, you guys can tell that looks a lot cleaner than that, and it looks a little bit better color-wise, but I don't like how it looks really kind of harsh, so I take the spoolie end and I just kind of run that through the brow hairs and get them to where I want them to be. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eyebrow. So now that they're filled in, I want to just set them with a clear brow gel. So I use the Maybelline Great Lash in the clear formula. I switched from the brow gel I was using before, and I want to try this one. And I like this, but I feel like it doesn't really last as long as using something that's specifically designed for your eyebrows. So I just kind of go up and then out with this, and then down at the end. And just make sure that you're getting all of your brow hairs, not all of your brows. Obviously, you're gonna do both of those. Lastly, I like to do a little bit of contouring on my face, and the product that I've been using recently is the Chanel Soleil de Tan, which is a cream bronzer that looks like this, and it's a nice golden cream toned bronzer. And I like to use my Sigma tapered kabuki brush. This is the F86. So using this, I just swirl this around, and the reason why I use this brush is because it's tapered like that, which makes it really great for contouring your face. So I'm gonna demonstrate it to you guys on this side of my face, and I just take the point, and you see how like this is where your contour should be if you take your brush to your ear and then to your mouth, and I just work it in there. So you guys can see that's pretty abrupt, and yeah, I just take this brush and just keep working it out, and I blend up. My memory card was actually just full, so it cut off, but yeah, so I'm left with this streak, so I'm gonna start blending that out for you guys. Just again using the brush, and I just kind of work it up. I don't work it down because that would just kind of recede this part of my face, and I like to just keep it in this area. So I'm just really working that in, and you guys can see that's a lot less harsh than when we started. And then eventually I'll go in with my blush and highlighter, and that'll just make this really seamless, but it just also warms up my face a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to my other side of my face. I also like to run a little bit by my temples just to recede that hairline area. And then I also contour my nose with this. So using the very tip of the brush, I'm just going to lightly contour my nose. And my chin a little bit. and whatever's left I just obviously run across my neck. And after applying that bronzer, I just kind of go anywhere that I feel like it didn't blend enough and going back with my foundation brush and just kind of blend those areas. So I go right over the tip of my nose to clear off any bronzer from there, and then down the side just kind of blend it a little. And yeah. Last thing that I do is I take the Skindinavia makeup setting spray. I have it in the Urban Decay bottle because I like the sprayer on this. But I just go ahead and mist this over my foundation. And then I'll do that again after my makeup. But I like to do it right after my foundation and contouring is all done. So I will be right back after I put on the rest of my face makeup, and I will say goodbye to you guys. Alright guys, so that is it for this foundation routine. I hope that you guys liked it, and I hope that how I filmed it was helpful. If you guys want to see more videos, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that like button if you liked this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!